Wow. They're massive. What are the chances of that? It's a really good knife. That's our back to basics knife. Hey, good morning from Northern Vanuatu. I've been here on this private 100-hectare island for the last 3 weeks, and it's our final 48 hours here on the island. So I wanted to take you along for a day in the life of what it's like here. The culture, adventure, hunting, foraging, living off the land. It's been a sensational last 3 weeks. There's been so much on offer. It's honestly made me want to move back to Australia, pack all my gear up and move over here. Hopefully I can show you some of that today. Let's get into it. 200 or 300 meters off the beach here, and the boys are showing me how to set up a wildfowl trap using only material from in the scrub. Wildfowls are on 90% of the islands through here, but also in this trap you could catch ground pigeons, which are really good eating. You could get wild cats. Unfortunately, there's a few of them on the island which are really hard to find, and wild pigs, which would be well received. So I think we're going to do 2 or 3 of these traps up, leave it for a few hours, come back and see if we've got anything. The bait used to lure in the prey, we're going to forage, which is probably the easiest part of all this. Go get a few coconuts, grab the meat from inside, and then just spread that around the base of the trap where this noose is going to be. I'll show you how it all sets up, and fingers crossed we can get something. They've given me the easy job, wrangle up a couple of coconuts. We'll cut these in half, grab the meat out, and use that to hopefully bait a couple of wild fowl. Just chewing up the meat. Grated coconut. This is the finished product. Hopefully we're going to get a wildfowl walking up here, coming in to get a bit of grated coconut, and then as soon as it puts weight on this stick, whoa. Like absolute lightning, that noose is going to tighten around it. That tightened around my finger then. It was that quick and strong too. The stick's pressed into the ground and made a U shape here is to make sure that anything that is interested in eating that coconut comes up this walkway and steps on that stick there. Second they step on that, the noose, bang, and then that there is going to send them hanging up around here.
Az has gone with the boys to get some Namallow eggs and check the chicken traps, and I've come out with the ladies and we're going to go walk the reef looking for some clams and see what else we can find. I can see one. Check it out. It's huge.
So we're on the search for Namallow eggs. Now, Namallow are a fascinating bird. They're one of the only native animals to Vanuatu and essentially like a scrub hen. And they are one of the only birds that incubates their eggs like deep in the sand. They dig down till they find the right temperature, lay their egg, and then once they've laid the egg, job done. That's all they do for the egg. They don't raise the chick, they don't sit on any nest or near it. They just go off, go forth and continue living their life. But once the little chick hatches under the ground, sometimes meters under the sand, they'll stay there for a few days developing, and then once they work their way up to the top, they're ready to fly ready to live, ready to hunt, don't need any parental supervision. They just go out and start living their life. The Namallows will nest pretty much all year round, and they have these big communal nests where sometimes 15 to 20 birds are laying in the same nest. And if they go down to lay one of theirs and they find an egg that's not theirs, they kick it out. So sometimes you'll find them on the surface, not buried down. Apparently they've got very little predators. I was apprehensive about us digging up nests to try and find eggs, but yeah, they're prolific here through the islands. They're an awesome source of protein, meant to be super tasty. Sometimes even if they're half developed, they'll still eat them, which I know some cultures do that. We'll see if we can find a few eggs. There's some nests that are at the base of these rotting trees along the edge of the beach, like literally 10 to 20 meters off the ocean and off the reef. Right at the base of this rotting tree trunk that is somewhat hollowed out. There's a really big hole straight down the middle of it where you can see they've gone right up in. John's getting proper deep in there. Oh, I think John's found something there. Oh, you got one? Oh, well done, mate. Look at the size of that egg. Good job, John. The nests are literally up in here, the ocean's just there. You'll be able to see all around me here the Namallow Nest is, and there's probably 20 different birds that service this nest. And get a load of the ocean that laps on high tide, probably 5 meters away from where this nest is. And what they do here is there's dozens and dozens and dozens of nests all around the island, so they'll only get 1 or 2 or 3 eggs from each of these huge nests. And as you can see, there's lots of different points you can dig from. Deep into these holes here where I've been digging, and I've got to a temperature that's really warm, so you can feel that you could be getting close. Yeah, there's one here. We'll take one, see if there's another one. Just take 2 from this nest and we'll keep moving. Hopefully get a good enough feed for everyone. Anything here, Eddie?
Shit.
Oh, wow. Have a go at that, Eddie. That is a huge egg. I hope you can get a perspective. It's probably double to 2.5 times the size of a regular chicken egg, I reckon. You can see why they go to a fair bit of effort to get these eggs. They're massive. It's a really big egg. Look how chuffed these boys look. Feed a Namallow eggs.
Fresh Namallow egg, mate. Enough protein to give you the juice for this gun.
Yee. Well done. And that'll be enough for an entree to have at the seafood. What are the chances of that? Yellow Lepembra straight off the beach, about 10 meters off. We just walked up, 15 minutes up from where we're camping. This yellow lep's just taken a lure. They're one of the best eaten fish, really hard to get on a spear, very shy underwater. So to see a yellow Lepembra take this lure, such an incredible spot. Sitting here looking out over a volcano, rainforest, fringing reef. Top snap. No! Oh! Show us, Eddie. No! You threw it that hard. The spear snapped. We're just coming for a walk in this protected bay looking for mullet and trevally along the edge of the beach. Boys have got some sharp sticks, they got some homemade bows and arrows and a ginormous hand spear that Eddie just snapped. That was so close. Oh, these mullet are traveling in little schools, probably like 4 to 6 fish at a time, but they're good sized fish, but they're moving quick, real quick. Been about 3 hours. We're going to check these wildfowl traps. Something set this one off, but didn't catch it. Here's the second one, which has gone off as well. but no wildfowl. We're going to reset them and then leave it another couple of hours and come back. Oh, there's a crab in one. Just gone and cut some sticks here. We're heading into where there's a huge breadfruit tree. We're gonna go see if we can find a tree with fruit on it. This is one of the nuts that grows on the island called Navel, and it's got a, yeah, kind of like a Brazil nut. So we're gonna grab a few of these for entree as well to have with the eggs.
It's grown throughout Vanuatu. We call it natangura.
Yep. And
it's what we make all the thatching with. And it's what they use in all the villages to make their roofs and thatching is from this leaf here. So about 2 to 3 years, like this size here, this one here, you could just about use now one of the fronds of it, the leaf. So yeah, a couple of years and you can just about use it.
It's fucking gnarly spikes on it. Wow, you did that so efficiently. Just the complete other direction.
It's this tree.
Like I'm gonna go hungry here.
Yeah! Woohoo!
There's the entree for lunch. I had to throw that stick a lot of times to get these nuts. Here in front of me is a breadfruit tree, which is a staple through a lot of the Pacific Islands. You can either have them fresh and they taste a little bit when they're ripe, like banana, pineapple, and passion fruit all mixed in one. But most commonly they have them same as you would like a potato or sweet potato. So they'll do them as chips. They can smoke them over the fire. They can cook them in curries. But yeah, breadfruit's fantastic. And there's 2 left on this tree. So we're gonna pull the sticks out and try and get a couple down. Oh! I gotta cut the fruit. All right, you boys go. Well done, bro. So you can see that's where you're meant to hit it and take it clean off. And that there where it's spilling out sap, that there is where I hit it.
Yeah, oh, there's still one more there.
If you want to get the high fruits, you got to climb right to the tip top of the tree. This is a wild mandarin tree that's come up. And there's 2 fruit right at the top. We better save some for the man of the match. Fair bit of effort for one mandarin. Oh, thanks, bro. All right, so we've had a bit of a mixed bag forage and hunt this morning, and we've got enough for pretty much a feed for the village. So we're all meeting up on a point on this beach where there's a fair bit of shade, there's a lot of good wood to get a fire going. So yeah, I think everyone's meeting there for a big afternoon cook-up. I'm really interested to see the whole display of all the different things we've foraged today, from the fruits to the fish to the mollusks and clams and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, keen to see how it all comes together. How's this for a spread? We've got the clams, grapefruit, the different leaves to wrap up all the food to cook. We've got bananas, we've got cassava, we've got nuts, so we've got everything. We're going to do the yellow lip up as a part of lunch. One of the main features which I'm really excited for. I think we're going to wrap it up in one of the native leaves and then cook that on the coals with everything else sprawled out over the fire. So I'm just going to scale it up now. Also, if you are looking for a set of knives that are going to last you an absolute lifetime, they're handmade here in Australia. I've been flogging the life out of these for the last 2 years. So go check them out if you do want some knives. wrap the yellow lip up in this leaf, and yeah, all we've done is just scaled it, gut it, and then we're going to wrap it up. And this leaf here is going to keep all the moisture in, and also on this side it's supposedly got some flavour in it as well. So just wrap it up like so, and we're going to use this vine to keep all the leaf together. Probably a neater and more effective way to go about this, but that's what we've got. I'm going to put that on the coals. Well, I'll leave it till I'm told, but I'm guessing sort of 15 to 20 minutes. It's a really good knife. That's our back to basics knife. We'll be careful with it, Oz. How young do you think kids have either bush knives or knives just as a tool or a play toy?
As soon as they're able to crawl, they got a knife in hand.
We've got yams, we've got clams, we've got conchs, we've got bananas, we've got nuts, we've got twine. The Namallow eggs are getting wrapped up in the leaf as well. We've got grapefruit, got the fish. It's a real mixed bag. You see the clams are starting to open now at the heat. We started with a really big coal base, but then everything's been getting moved around and rolled and taken off depending on what size it is and how much heat there was around it. So yeah, most of the bananas have come off, some of the smaller yams and cassava has come off. The smaller clams, the smaller shells have come off, and then the fish and the eggs are just about to come off now. The fish is going to taste amazing, but I'm really curious to try these eggs and the clams too. How's that, Bronte? Yum? Yeah?
For you?
Thank you.
Yeah. It's a bit different, eh? It's interesting, this middle part here is like really dense, quite crunchy, which is a bit unexpected.
Sandy crunchy?
No, like, you have to try it, like crisp crunchy, I don't know. And then the foot part is kind of tastes like the mussels we had the other day.
Look at that meat. This is honestly one of my favourite ones. Really, really tasty, these conchs. So what do you call them, a conch?
Passaway.
Passaway?
Yeah.
These Namallow eggs have been on for about half an hour. I'm just going to pull this leaf off. None of them have cracked. They're just still such an impressive egg every time I look at them. Wow, it's really creamy. I haven't done too great of a job peeling that, but there's a portion of it, maybe a fifth of the egg. Oh, a full mouthful. It's pretty much cooked to perfection. Could have done with a squeeze of lime, salt and pepper, but it's just like a chicken's egg, but maybe a little bit more flavour and creamier on the inside. Really good source of sustenance. Happy with that.
Doing a bit more peeling, getting the last little bits of shell off. It's really bloody good. I reckon that's the best egg I've ever eaten. So much yolk.
A lot of flavour, eh?
Good job.
That's a happy girl. She's got Namallow egg and crab from the reef. This is alright, Fronty. Alright, I'm pulling this fish off before the boys come up on the beach and absolutely demolish all of this food, but let's see how it's cooked through. I reckon any longer and it would have started burning through the last of the leaves, but I reckon it's about 90% done, and that's 100% good to me. I don't want it too tough. I'd rather it undercooked than overcooked. I haven't done one thing to that other than wash it in the salt, wrap it in that leaf, throw it on the fire for half an hour and put it in my mouth. That's some of the best fish that I've had. catch this yellow lip straight off the beach on the line and forage and hunt and catch all the rest of this is just world class. You want some? If anything you've seen in this video appeals to you and you'd like to book a trip for yourself, we generally never say where we are in our videos for adventure's sake and other reasons, but where I'm sitting right now is in Northern Vanuatu. It's super remote, but still very accessible on Quikea Island. So type into your search engine, Quikea Island, Vanuatu, message Brett and the team there and suss out coming on your own trip. Whether you want to spear, whether it's for culture, for carver, for relaxation, to hunt like the locals, to explore the islands, to surf. There's even surf here at certain times of the year. Spearfish, whatever it is, tropical island getaway. Check it out. See you next week.